Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today we're going to be talking more about the Yuumi leak, right? As if you don't know, I already made a video about this. Other people made videos about it as well. It's on Reddit, etc. Yuumi, the newest champion coming to League of Legends next week, most likely, excuse me, is leaked, essentially. The champion is just leaked. The abilities are leaked and everything is leaked. Now, when I made the video last night, all the abilities weren't leaked, only 2 of them. But now, apparently, all of the abilities are also leaked. Every single ability is leaked, so we'll be going over that as well. Now, if you're not up to date, if you don't know what's going on, what is Yuumi? What is this, right? Let me bring you up to speed very quickly. Yuumi is the name of this like feline cat-looking creature, right? That is going to be the newest support enchanter champion coming out to League of Legends that we've been teased for here and there, and essentially it's the next new champion in League of Legends, right? Now, what happened? Well, there was a Reddit thread made over here where a YouTuber, part of the LPP, which is a League Partner Program, this guy right here, right? He went to Riot to make a video about the newest champion, which is similar to what I did for Nico, right? Which is all fine. Obviously, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Unfortunately, and this is something that Professor Kali made as well, the mistake at least. When you, okay, this is for future content creators. When you go to Riot Games and you make a video for a fucking champion, upload the video, put it on private, please. Just put it on private. There's literally no reason it should ever, because what he did is the same thing as Professor Kali did. He had it on unlisted. He put it into a playlist. And because it's in a playlist, even though it's unlisted, you can actually see the video in the playlist itself. So if someone just happens to go onto your playlist, they'll see the video. And that's it. It's officially technically public now if they have a link, right? So always put it on private, please. There's no reason for it to be on unlisted. But anyways, with all that being said and done, honest mistake. We'll give him, of course, the benefit of the doubts, which kind of sucks because, you know, sometimes I think back to champion releases like Jin, and I kind of miss these kind of things, man. This was like a masterful teaser. Like this was. Anyways, I just wish things were released like this back in the days. Anyways, so what's going on with the new champion? So there's already a subreddit called Yuumi mains, right? So people have already completely they're going ham on this, man. They're ready for this release. They are more than ready. But so what do we have? We have some in-game screenshots over here, right, of Yuumi. We have the cat on a book, which looks like a home guard effect, and then we have her also interacting with the book as well, because this is an enchanter support type champion, right? Now, unfortunately, we don't have actual abilities in game. Like, we don't have all these abilities like in game and how they look like. We just have them right here instead. So yeah, these are the abilities. Let's go over it. Let's see what this champion can do, because yeah, every single ability has been leaked. That's effing chat, boys and girls. Effing chat for this champion and everything just completely leaked. Anyways, let's go on with it. Passive. Basic passive. After a certain amount of charged up time, her next auto attack will slow on hits, and I do believe do extra magical damage. It's really a basic passive meant for some auto-based poke. Okay, so, you know, a fairly simple passive that kind of reminds you of almost like Zoe in a way, just minus, of course, the part where we have to probably cast a spell first. It's just an extra enhanced auto attack spell. Okay, it's not bad. I mean, my question is like, is it? So I have to charge up for amount of time, so it's not really something you can do on hit with, right? So we just get a lot of attacks, be like a Nashor's Tooth. You can't just keep like boom, 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 proccing it over and over, I'm assuming. Anyway, moving on to the Q. It's a skill shot which does a magic damage and does not pierce minions. Okay. So kind of similar to like an Ezreal Q so far in our head, just of course it being magical damage instead. If the skill shot is in the air for 1 full second, it slows and does extra damage. That's interesting. When you're in your W, this ability also follows the cursor, much like the magic missile in Terraria, which I haven't personally played, so I don't really know what that means, but that's pretty cool stuff. That's a cool ability. So it sounds like a basic ability at first, but then if it's in the air for 1 full second, so that is like 1 second. That's a long time for a skill shot to be in the air. 1 second. But I think that's only because you're able to follow the cursor. So what you do is, let's say you're standing here. There, let me bring out the paint real quick over here for you guys. So let's say this is you. This is the new champion, right? This is Yuumi, right? And then let's say you have this is mid lane. Let's just say you're playing mid lane, right? You know, here's the bush, right? And then the person you're facing is right here, right? Let's say it's Orianna. Okay, whatever, Orianna. So let's say you throw out the ability, right? So you throw your Q. You have to leave it in the air for at least a full second for it to slow and do extra damage. Okay, well, I guess instead of just firing it straight at Orianna and hitting her, no. What you want to do, like a true intellectual, is throw the ability out, loop it a bit, you know, juke around a little bit, you know, go around the minions, ooh, and then hit her. Boom. And that will take a full second in the air, you juke around the minions, you hit the Orianna, and it does extra damage. And that's essentially what is going to be happening with how I'm assuming this ability is going to work, which I think is actually really cool. I think it's really cool that it follows your cursor. That's a lot of fun. Anyways, moving on to the W. This seems like the bread and butter of this champion. This seems like it is the core ability. Anyways, you dash into a target ally champion and become untargetable. During this time, you buff the champion you are attached to. I'm not really sure what the buffs specifically are. Maybe you get a shield, maybe you give him attack speed, maybe you give him AP, maybe you give him AD. Maybe it's kind of depending on the champion you are into or you go into. The game it's like dynamic, right? It detects the champion you're into and then it gives him that specific stat that benefits him the most. Anyways, you are untargetable for the full duration, much like Pix, which is Lulu's thingy. You cannot be knocked out of the champion unless the person you are attached to dies. If you use W again while you are attached to someone, or the person you are attached to dies, I'm getting kind of triggered with this spelling, anyway, dies, you dash out of them, and in the case of the target dying, go untargetable for a bit while you dash out. You can dash out from the champion to champion, supporting each one, which is pretty cool. So in a team fight, you can literally be dashing to all of your allied champions, just one to the other, to the other, to the other, which tells me that this might give them a shield, which would be pretty cool too, right? So that's pretty sweet. In this state, you cannot auto. You automatically follow the champion you're attached to, but you can use all of your abilities. So that's really, really cool. So while you're inside the champion, you can't auto. So I'm assuming you cannot use your passive whatsoever. It seems like because it is an auto attack, right? But you can use your Q. So while you're inside them, you're buffing them up, giving them, bonus stats and whatnot, probably. But you can use your Q and hit people with it as well, which is cool. But you can also use your E and ultimate. So let's take a look at E. So it's a charge up to 2 charges on the spell. Okay, so similar to like the old Aatrox E, for instance. Using a charge heals you, but when you're in your W, this also heals the person you're attached to. So it's like a double heal essentially, which is pretty cool. Similar to Taric in a way as well, actually. So a fairly powerful ability. But then you go on to the ultimate. Throw 7 waves, doing AoE magic damage and rooting all targets if they are damaged by at least 3 waves. You can do everything during this ability, and it will come out of the direction you are facing, much like Taric's E. So my question is, for this one, it comes out of the direction you're facing, but does it, after you throw out the first one, do the remaining 7 or 6 waves, I guess in that case, do they also go in the same direction, or is it dynamic so you can keep changing the direction as long as you're like turning? Like let's say she's like turning in a 360, does it keep going out like this, or does it always go out on the same path from where it initially started? That's my question, right? That's gonna be interesting to say the least. Now, the thing that's kind of hard here is the fact that, well, you have to get it hit by at least 3 waves to root them. So that's either tells me, number one, these waves fly out really, really fast, like really, really fast. Or 2, you have to force them to somehow stay inside to get hit by at least 3, right? It's one of the 2. I mean, the only thing I can think of that to make them kind of forced to get hit by at least 3 is by hitting them with the Q first, which then will slow them, right? Because if it's in the air for 1 full second, well, it starts to slow. Well, my also big question of this one is, what's the AoE on this? Like, how big is the AoE on this Q ability, right? Is it like massive AoE, or is it very slight? Because that's also important to remember, because in team fights, that's a big difference, right? So, I mean, there you guys have it. That's essentially the leak. The champion has been fully leaked. Every single ability has been leaked. The only issue is that we don't have gameplay of the abilities, which kind of sucks, but the only actual in-game screenshots we have of this champion are these 2 right here, and of course the splash art being this one right here. So we have the ability icons, which, you know what, let's take a look at this. Which one is which, right? Well, this looks like the Q. It looks like some kind of skill shot flying, which looks pretty cool. This looks like the W because she looks oddly happy, way too happy to be jumping into someone. So that's probably the W. This is the E because it looks like a heal. It's got some hearts and stuff. I mean, hearts equals healing always. That's gaming 101 right there in a nutshell, right? And then this ultimate looks like it is, or rather this one looks like it's the ultimate because you see the book and you see these big wave coming out, which is very similar to this one. So I'm assuming she like fires out 7 of these. That's pretty cool, man. I'm actually kind of curious to see how that's going to look like in game. So yeah, let me know what you think about this down below, guys. If you think the champion is overpowered, if you think the champion is going to be too obnoxious to face, if you think the champion seems a little bit underpowered, right? I don't know. Just let me know what you think about it, guys. I mean, I'm pretty excited for this. I'm not going to lie. I still kind of wish the champion was released in the way that Jin was released, because this was an absolute masterful teaser. But it's fine. You know what? We can be happy with what we have. Let's not be happy with what we don't have. Let's be happy with what we do have, right? So yeah, passive Q, WE, ultimate, all released. Pretty spicy stuff. Doesn't seem like it's that strong in terms of damage, but again, we don't know the numbers yet, so I'm pretty excited to see that as well. So I'm going to be definitely playing this champion, or at least trying the champion out in the mid lane once the champion does hit the PvE server next week. So I'll be probably doing a support gameplay. I'll probably be doing a mid lane gameplay, maybe some other ones as well if I can think of other cool stuff to show you guys with the champion as well. But either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, show everyone the full abilities list leaked. I'm sure people are curious to see what the full abilities are, but either way, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next video. Peace.